I don't enjoy lemon in my water. There are many people who do. Does it say something about me? It's an interesting question. After the Bnei Yisrael crossed through the Yam Suf, the very next thing that the Torah speaks about is the Bnei Yisrael coming to a place called Marah. And all we're told about Marah is that it was a place where the Jewish people wanted to drink water, but they couldn't because the water was bitter. Ki marim haim. It was bitter water, and therefore the Bnei Yisrael cried out to Moshe and said, "We need water. If not, we're going to die of thirst." And of course, the Torah tells us that Hashem told Moshe to take a stick and to throw the stick in the water, and that'll change the water from being bitter to sweet, and the Bnei Yisrael, the Jewish people, will be able to drink. The Bnei Yisrael are looked at critically, or looked at negatively, when it came to this place, because of the bitterness that seemed to stem from the water. Baal Shem Tov explains that the reason why we look at them negatively is not because of the water per se. Yes, granted, the water may have been a little bit bitter, but it was the bitterness of the people themselves that made them taste the water. And so he explains that if the people themselves were not bitter, but if they were sweet, then they wouldn't have tasted how bitter the water actually was. What were the people bitter about? So they were bitter about the fact that they were now traveling in a desert, and some of them even complained and said, "Look, when we were in Mitzrayim, at least we had water to drink. Here we don't even have any water." While others turned around and looked at what just took place and saw this incredible miracle that God had done on their behalf and said, "Wow, we're so grateful for the fact that we are now an independent people, no longer in slavery." I guess it depends just how you look at it. For those who looked at it with a positive light, then the water of Marah wasn't as bitter. But says the Baal Shem Tov, for those who looked at it with a bitter eye, then indeed it was impossible for the water to be anything but bitter. How often in life do we find ourselves having an outlook which is a bitter or negative outlook on something that may be positive, has the potential to be good, and impact our lives in a constructive and positive way? If we shy away from being bitter ourselves, we will allow all the things around us to inspire us and impact us in a positive way, and will help our lives to become even sweeter, to be able to experience the moments that God gives to us in this world in a sweet, positive, and appreciative way. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.